Welcome to the show, everybody. Well, it only took a matter of hours after we learned that the economy contracted, shrinkage in Q1 of 2025, for Donald Trump to flee all responsibility, blame the entire thing on Biden, and also even pre-blame a potentially forthcoming recession on the former president. Is anybody surprised? No. Is he going to get away with it? Well, that's the question. Let's talk about it. Donald Trump is running away from responsibility for creating the economic mess in which we now find ourselves, and he's not even done creating it yet. Take a look at this post that he made on Truth Central, where he said, quote, "This is Biden's stock market, not Trump's. I didn't take over until January 20th. Tariffs will soon start kicking in, and companies are starting to move into the USA in record numbers." None of this is true. Our country will boom, but we have to get rid of the Biden overhang. This will take a while, has nothing to do with tariffs, only that he left us with bad numbers. But when the boom begins, it will be like no other. Be patient. Let me translate that for you in Trump speak. If the economy tanks, it's Biden's fault. If the stock market is down, it's Biden's fault. If Q1 GDP is down, it's Biden's fault, even though Biden was only president for 20 days out of the 3 months of Q1. But if somehow things recover, if anything good happens, then Trump is the reason, and Trump gets the credit, and we should pray at the altar of Trump. Just wait, be patient. This is classic Trump. Claim victory early before anything has happened, blame failure instantly, and pre-claim credit for a record boom that hasn't even happened yet, while washing his hands of any current decline in the stock market, in GDP, even though, of course, we know of specific Trump policies that are driving the current decline right now, not when Biden was president, not at some indeterminate point in the future. Right now, markets are slipping because investors are bracing for the full effect of Donald Trump's tariff plan. I guess 25% across the board, 60% on some countries, 100%, 200% on China. Who the hell knows? The tariffs are on, the tariffs are off. And so the result of this is that businesses are worried. Economists are terrified. Wall Street doesn't know what to do. And instead of standing behind the consequences of his own agenda, Trump is dodging accountability. This is not a new tactic for Trump. He did it repeatedly during his first term, even at the day-to-day level. Stocks are up one day. Trump holds a press conference and goes, "Stocks are up, great economy." Stocks down 3 days in a row, silence. Doesn't post about it, doesn't excrete on X about it, doesn't troth on Truth Central, just silence. When the stock market was up under Obama, he would say, "We've got a bubble here." When it was down under Obama, he would go, "This is Obama's fault." When it was up under Trump, he said it was a miracle thanks to his policies. And when it was down, when COVID tanked the markets, he would blame China or someone else. And when recovery came from Democratic-led stimulus, his whole thing was, well, give me the credit. Give me the credit for what's going on. And this is just him pulling the exact same move again. Don't blame my tariffs. Blame the guy I beat for what's happening, not in the first quarter of my presidency, but the second quarter of my presidency. Now, let's zoom out a little bit before we get into something deeper, because I do want to be fair, and you all know I don't like to play political games with this economic stuff. The concept of a lag time in the economy is not an invalid concept. In some theoretical sense, we can imagine policies that are enacted on day one, but the full effect is felt in the economy on day 60 or on day 180 or on day 365. The point is that there is, of course, a lag time to some policies. But if you're going to make that argument now, you have to be able to say, here is the Biden policy that is now having the effect of hurting the stock market, that is now hurting GDP. And all they can throw out is inflation, even though inflation consistently declined under Joe Biden. They don't have anything else. And we, on the other hand, have specific reasons to say, well, this is because of what Donald Trump is doing that we are seeing this instability. The instability started when Donald Trump started announcing these tariff proposals, and when they were on and when they were off, and when businesses took specific steps as a result of their belief about the forthcoming economic policy of Trump to start pre-ordering inventory or to back off of certain initiatives. For example, we have now heard from 3 or 4 advertisers who had ads scheduled. We have different sorts of contracts with different advertisers. Some of them, they commit to an entire year and maybe they prepay for the whole year. Others might commit to the entire year with a 60-day out or something like that. We've heard from a bunch of advertisers who said, listen, we need to cancel our second quarter ads. We don't know what our products are going to cost. We have based our ROI on the ads based on what we thought we were going to charge for our product. Because of the tariffs, we think we're going to be paying more, but we don't know because one day the tariffs are on, one day the tariffs are off. It's too uncertain. Cancel the advertising. And so that's a tariff which has now hurt that company because they're saying, we don't think we're going to have the inventory. We don't know what we're going to pay for the inventory. And now that trickles down to us. They come to us and to other podcasts and they go, listen, because we don't know the cost of our product under Trump, we don't know what we have to sell the product for. And therefore, throwing money at advertising on podcasts doesn't make much sense because part of knowing how much we should pay for ads is knowing what we've got to sell our product for. This is trickling down and it's affecting all of us. That has nothing to do with Biden. Nothing whatsoever to do with Biden. It's the Trump tariffs. So then we get to the deeper point. Trump knows that all of this is potentially not going to go well. You don't start begging your followers to be patient if you actually believe things are about to explode with success. On the one hand, Trump is saying things are going to be so good right away. It's going to be fantastic. But then on the other hand, he's saying you've got to be patient. You don't need to tell people to be patient if things are imminently going to go gangbusters. So that's not confidence. It's advanced damage control. He wants to govern like a strongman, but be judged like a bystander. And when the economy starts sputtering under the weight of this trade war, he is going to be the first one out the back door, pointing fingers the whole way. And he's even saying this now with regard to the potentially forthcoming recession. Your mom wants you to call her, and this Mother's Day, give her a call. But you can also consider giving her an Aura digital picture frame. Aura Frames was named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter. I've gifted these to so many folks, including my mom, no matter where I am. If we're traveling, if my daughter does something absolutely brilliant on the playground, which happens all the time, I can take a picture or a video and upload it directly into my mom's Aura frame or whoever's. I can also share access. I shared it with my brother so he can upload pictures directly as well. Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. My audience can save for a limited time on the perfect gift by going to auraframes.com and getting $35 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. Go to auraframes.com, use the code PACMAN. The link is in the description.